Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are here with some more eBay sales. These are Monday sales from our store. I don't know how many it is, 10, 12, something like that. Definitely a good mix of stuff, quite a variety. A couple things I want to point out for you guys to keep an eye out for. And then a couple things that were actually hard to find in the inventory, which was challenging for my wife and I, but we finally found them. So I'm sure you guys deal with that sometimes too. You can't remember where you put it. We're at 3,600 listings or something, so quite a big inventory here. We do a little bit different of a business model than a lot of you, I think, but media takes up a lot of that. I mean, we have a ton of CDs and DVDs, so they take up a large portion of that, but still, sometimes it's hard to find stuff and that can be frustrating. I also want to mention in the last couple videos back, we talked about the returns. So many of you guys came through in the comments and told me you get the waves of returns too. I appreciate hearing from you because I've always felt like that was a thing and never really talked to anybody about it, but a lot of good resellers I know that I either have other channels or that I know I see how you sell on Instagram and stuff. I know you guys sell well and you're getting some of the same things that I am with the waves of returns. So if anyone else is out there, at least a little reassuring that we're all in this boat together dealing with the same stuff. So either way, just try to push forward because we don't want to get down. We want to keep on moving, making money, and getting that whatever financial lifestyle you're trying to have. Hopefully you can get there. So let's go over what sold. Bunch of media first, as we just mentioned. This is a Bobby Womack CD sold for $10.79 on sale. NWO Blu-ray, The Revolution. I used to watch WCW a long time ago, and it was the thing when I was growing up. But that sold for like $17 shipped. Pretty good. Don't buy, not all WWE or WCW DVDs sell, but if you can get them for $1 or so, or even cheaper, definitely keep an eye out, and some do really well. Gary Moore, this is one of those music DVDs we've been selling. This one sold for $14.99. And then Joe Jackson Live at Rock Palace. This one sold for $25 shipped, so pretty good on that one. For a used DVD. All that was from the same music buy. Gran Turismo, this is an old listing. It finally sold for like $7 and some change, or $6 and some change. Not really a great one. Nothing to write home to mom about. A bunch of audiobooks that I got them for $2. They sold for like $19 shipped for all of them. I bought it came with even more than this. I lotted up, I think, one set of 3, and then I took the leftovers and sold them. The one set of 3 sold for like $16 or $17, and these sold for $19. So some audiobooks do well, especially when you get a bunch by the same author. That usually can help sell them. And then some have some individual value, so might be worth your time, but not all of them are worth a ton. Here's a Masters FR1 fly reel. Box is beat up, but this guy sold for $22 shipped. I got a bunch of fishing stuff for about $50, and we've been selling reels slowly here. It was a pretty good deal. A lot of them I sold as is because they had some damage, but there were a couple of nicer ones that went for like $20 or $30. It'll probably end up being $200 in sales when it's all said and done. Here's a Yashica camera. Took a chance on this one, $15. I got it with some other ones. It's an Electro 35. It finally sold on a best offer as is for $50. 15 into 50 is not really something crazy, but for me, I'm okay with that kind of margin, especially when it's going to go in such a small packaging. I can really control the shipping cost. So $50 on that. We'll probably make 20 something when it's all said and done. And definitely okay, 15 or so. We'll double our money for sure. Definitely not mad about that. And guys, one of my favorite things to sell, even though some of you have probably not been selling them as much as I have, but I have a ton, but these are yearbooks. This is a Redlands, I think 1992, which again, I told you guys, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, that's where I want to be on yearbooks. I still grab the 60s and 50s and 40s if I see them. They'll eventually probably sell, hopefully, to maybe a family member or something, but the newer ones seem to be moving a little bit quicker. That sold for $58 or $56, whatever you see on the screen. That's good for a yearbook. I also tell people when I list yearbooks, I start high, I put best offer. I'm looking for any significant offer to come through, I'll take it, but every once in a while someone pays full price, because if there's no other comps out there and they really want that yearbook, they'll pay up for it. This is a Radley London purse bag. I don't know much about purses. I only know about the ones I use. I'm just kidding. I don't really use a purse. But either way, this one sold for a best offer of $50 or $60. It's my friend's. She got it and gave it to me to sell, so that'll be her profit or whatever. But yeah, just so you know, I guess Radley is a good brand. It's got like a little Scotty dog on their logo, so something to keep an eye out for. This is something that we just sold in the last video. We sold that Bruno chairlift remote. You guys probably remember that I sold it for 100 and something. I bought that chairlift. It's a wheelchair lift for your car. We bought that. I took off all the parts I could. This is a Bruno. This is a casing or a housing for the little motor thing or whatever on the arm. I took this off. It was really easy. Just had some screws, guys. I'm not like super, mechanically inclined or anything, but I took it off. This sold for like 40 or 50 bucks. So I figured someone probably has this. They've stepped on it. They've bumped it. Something's hit it and it cracked or whatever. They want a new one. I got 50 bucks for this. It's going to ship out probably over a pound. It's pretty light, but by the time I get it padded enough and in a nice box, over a pound. But again, 50 bucks on something. We got 150 in sales so far. We spent 50 on the whole unit, plus I have other parts that we're going to sell. So I think it'll be a good buy when it's all said and done. Here's a DRMS little medical brace here. You got to be careful with these guys. This one I think was it was selling on Amazon though, so I think it was okay. It sold for like 20 bucks. I had like 3 little braces they were all from Amazon. They all sold for about 20 or 25, or 2 of them did, and then I think 1 sold for 35. We spent 10 for all of them. So we're going to make money, not a ton, but on medical equipment, be careful. It is really easy to get burned with one of those. They take down your listing because it's a medical prescription device, and a lot of people take their chances. I'd just be very careful if I was you. This one seemed okay because it was selling on Amazon without a prescription. Here is a Rain Schooner. Ryan or Rain or whatever, you guys know how to pronounce it, I'm sure, or you're just like me and we're just guessing. This little Hawaiian shirt sold for like 40 bucks shipped, paid 3 bucks from a estate sale. Super happy about that. I love that brand. It always sells well. Not always super fast for me, but I know it'll sell eventually if I put it up there. And then we sold the jersey. Brett Favre, guys. Fortunately, it's the white, like away jersey, which isn't as desirable. This one has some stains, but it is an old champion one, and it sold for about 17 bucks. We paid $1 at a garage sale. Without the stains, probably could have got more like 25, maybe a little bit more. If it would have been the, the green and yellow jersey or whatever, probably, or gold, whatever it is, would have probably done a little better, but we still made some money. So that's pretty much all I have, guys. The main things I wanted to say, like I said, were look out to part stuff out, take off parts, take some time with something, you can make money. I've done really well this year so far on parting out kitchen appliances and just different odds and ends. Finding something that's broken or maybe a bear to ship by itself, taking off parts and making money that way. I know Kevin at Commonwealth Picker does that a lot. He's kind of got a little slogan that he uses: whenever in doubt, part it out. He's a smart guy. He does very well on eBay, so if you're not watching him, I'm sure you are by now, but I love his model, just trying to make a buck on a couple things. Doesn't matter how he does it, finds ways to make money, and that's what I encourage you to do too. Take the time to, if there's a way to part something out, use that to make money. Don't just give up on something just because it doesn't work or whatever. There might be a way to make some profit. So, and changing your mindset like that is really helpful with your eBay business. If you can get your mindset right and finding ways outside the box to make money, you will grow as a reseller. So that's all I got for you guys right now. We'll see you with tomorrow's video with whatever sells on Tuesday. Take care. Hey everyone, we're back with the final sales from Monday. We have a Super Mario Strikers Charge disc only. This sold for $14.99. It came in a Super Smash Brothers when we paid $1 for the whole setup there. Sold, I think, the Super Smash for $19 and this one for $15, so that was really good. We'll throw it in an empty case we have to give it some protection. We also sold Johnny Cochran, A Lawyer's Life. This is a little book here from the big book buy we had. That sold for like $10 and some change. I also want to show you guys this book set called The Russians. It sold actually over the weekend, but I forgot to show you guys in the weekend video. So that sold for like $40 shipped. Definitely a decent book set if you ever find it out there. And we sold one RCA tube. I'll put it on the screen here. I didn't show that one in the last clip, but that sold for like 25 bucks. One of the big old vacuum tube things that we have. We've been selling them slowly, but they keep selling, making some money. It goes out first class. So thanks guys for watching. You'll see Tuesday's sales next. Hey guys, we're back with the sales for Tuesday on eBay. I think we're at 14 or 15. I'm not sure exactly, but you'll be able to total them up, I'm sure, and to tell me how many if I'm wrong. Pretty good day, kind of a good mix of stuff. A lot of lower dollar, but then a couple of bigger sales, 50 plus, came in at the end of the day to kind of boost it up to get to over 300. So always pleased with that. One item that I think is pretty cool but didn't make that much money, I was kind of surprised on. So let's get into it. First off, first sale, listed this last night. It's a Super Nintendo. It's got something loose inside, and if you look at the power port, it is like destroyed. It's like someone went at it with like a saw or something and just drilled in there or something, I don't know. Cut in there. It looks disgusting. It sold for $43 shipped though for parts. Disclosed the damage. Someone picked it up. Those Super Nintendos, if it was in a little better shape, but you didn't want to test it or you didn't have the means, you could probably get almost 50 bucks for it shipped. It's not going to cost that much to ship it. So if you do find a system and you have no way to test it and you don't want to buy the cords, you still sell it for parts and make some money. So something to keep in mind. Another Hobie hat, sold a bunch of these. Actually, one of them was returned that we sold recently. That one came back. They said it didn't fit them, but this one's a snapback. It's sold for 21 and some change. I think we only have the one that was returned left. Each Hobie hat has sold for like at least, I think, 18 bucks, and some have gone as high as like 28 or 30. So pretty good there for what we invested. I think we spent 30 bucks on a whole bucket of hats, and we've made multiple profits on that just from the Hobie hats, let alone everything else we bought. Another little Thomas the Train Edward. I keep saying I'm running out of them, and then one of them sells. I got a couple more left I saw in there, so I had more than I thought. But this little guy sold for like 14 shipped. He's an older one, but still 14 shipped on one little Thomas the Train, a wooden one. Super great. He also has his name engraved in the back, or not engraved, but marked on the back. So even with the damage, or the condition issues, I should say, it still ended up selling. Here's a Cadillac manual. The Chilton ones and the Haynes ones, some of them sell better than others. This is an older Cadillac one. It only sold for $7. Came from the big manual buy. It's on sale. That's why it sold. Obviously, the manuals you really want to look for are the OEM official manufacturer manuals from Toyota or Cadillac or Ford or wherever. Those ones tend to have a little more value. The Haynes ones and stuff, you can get them for $1 or less, and they're a pretty popular vehicle or something that someone might be restoring. It might be worth your time. We sold another yearbook. This is Torrey Pines 2013. This is a high school down in San Diego. This one ended up selling for $25 on the best offer. We're listed at $45. I've told you guys before, if I get a good offer on the yearbooks, I'll take it just to move it on. We have a bunch of these yearbooks from the 2000s we got from a guy who bought a storage unit, and I guess the person who owned it used to distribute yearbooks and had a bunch of the extras. I don't know how it came about, but we bought them from him, and we've been making quite a bit of money on the yearbooks. They're all blank. There's no like signatures or anything in them. Here's some Don Joy. It goes to a Don Joy Iceman. These are little wraps that you wrap around. There's 3 of them in here. This sold for $20. You got to be careful with the Don Joys. Those are like the little machines that pump the cold water through when you have like a knee replacement or something like that, or some shoulder injury. You can't really sell them. You're not supposed to, because a lot of them are prescription and you can get your listing taken down. I get them and I actually part them out, and I seem to do a little better that way. Again, $20 just on this. It'll go first class. Here's a pretty cool one. I really like this guy, little Team Tony, Tony the Tiger Spoon. Got him for 50 cents at a garage sale, brand new sealed. There was no real comp of this exact one. I listed it for 18 bucks and it sold. It's going to go first class. Great little 50-cent buy there. It's always cool when you can just spend a couple quarters and make, 10 bucks or whatever it is. And it may not be the biggest sale, but it's just something about just spending less than $1 and making some profit. Little Honeywell remote. This one was $1 at a garage sale. It sold for $12 and some change. It goes to one of their little fans or whatever. Little AC units. People always need those. Not worth a ton, but again, easy sale nonetheless. We sold some more Harlem Globetrotter stuff. We've been selling it quite a bit lately. There's actually 2 sets here. Same person bought them both for 20-something shipped. They're going global shipping program. They will ship out first class. That's been a great buy. Been slow, but every time we sell them, we just keep adding to the total multi-quantity listing. Just very happy with that. Here's an item that I really liked. Rugrats, a little lunchbox here, a little tote. It's hard plastic, pretty cool. Got great graphic on the front. It's dimensional too, like Tommy, he sticks out. This was $2 at a garage sale. I didn't look it up. I'm like, oh, for sure, it's probably worth like $40. I just know it. It finally sold for like $20 and some change, free shipping. So shipping's going to cost probably $8 to $10 on this guy. He's not super heavy, but he's going to go over a pound, and we won't make a ton of money on it, honestly. But it's cool. Hopefully the buyer gets a cool item that can go in their collection or whatever it is, and there's no return, and we'll be okay with that. A Pentax Zoom 105 camera. I got a battery for it, powered it up, made sure the functions seemed to work. I don't have a bunch of film to test it, so I can only run through the functions and see if any error messages come up. This one seemed to be okay. It sold for like 20 shipped. Cameras, you do a little risky if you can't test them fully, but I always just say it appears functional. I test as many functions as I can. Sometimes I get a return. Every once in a while, one will come through as a return, and I just eat that and move on. That's part of the business, and I take some risks there, but a lot of them go through without issue. So, kind of do whatever you feel is best. Some more of these little valves here. We sold one the other day. This person bought 2 for $56. So we spent, I don't remember what I spent, $30 on all of them, something like that. And we sold like $80 worth, plus we got a couple other items. So I don't know much about this. All I did was just type in what the model number is, and that's how I looked it up and sold it. I have no idea exactly what it is. Just looked it up on eBay and found a comp and went from there. Some more Fix-It-Ins sold. We had forgot to up our listing quantity. I always leave some extra in my inventory just to make sure if there's any issues with packaging or something like that, I can use the best ones that I have. This little lot sold for $25 shipped. We have enough to do at least 1 or 2 more, and that will be end of the Fix-It run. We're in all this for 50 cents each, so $2 for each pack of 4. They sell for 25. They ship in a padded flat rate, and we make some pretty good money on it. Again, we probably had 60 units at one time, so it's been awesome. I really wish I could have bought some more for that price. I went back to the same thrift. It's more of a thrift store, like a retail. They have a lot of retail stuff and thrifting type stuff, and they upped their price to $2 each. Now, I probably should have just made a deal with them to buy some more of it, because I probably still can make money on it and it can be okay. But I was like, now I'll wait to see if it goes to half off, and I haven't been there on half off day to even check. So really dropped the ball there. Probably should have just made the deal then. A couple of little Burger King little CDs here. It's like X-Men. There's like Wolverine, Quicksilver, Magneto. They're from like Burger King Toys or something. They sold for like $7. Not a whole lot. They've been up for a while. Don't recommend buying them, but hey, it happens. At least we get some old stuff out. And then the best sale of the day, this one just came through a little bit ago, Simpsons Ultimate Episode Guide. It's a book. This came from the Hirsch Buy. I looked at it and I was like, I wonder what that'd be worth. I thought it might be a DVD set at first because I saw Simpsons. I'm like, oh, it's an episode guide. It's got to be worth something. Got home, looked it up. Comps were anywhere from 40 to about 75. Mine has a little bit of condition issues, but nothing really crazy. Listed it for 65, and it sold in a few weeks, 2 weeks maybe. It is heavier. Might go medium mail unless I can find a cheap like medium flat rate. If it's pretty affordable, then I'll just, or cost effective versus the media, I'll ship it that way. But either way, awesome sale there, $65, the best of the day. Was super blessed with that and happy. So I think that is everything that I have for you guys right now. Unless something else comes through, I'll let you know if it does. I did find these at a garage sale. It's like a little Santa. I don't know if you guys can really see. And it is a Christmas home decoration contest for the Lions Club. That one was that one right there from the 70s. This one from 69. Got Santa. This one's huge. I just had to pick them up. I spent $5 for 3 of them. There's one more around here somewhere. Would you guys have picked those up? I mean, probably not. There's really no comp to go off of from what I could see, but something just told me, Cameron, grab those. I mean, maybe I'll just give it to my wife every time we do our Christmas decorations. This is our first time in the new house, you guys know, and she's going to want to go crazy. So maybe what I'll do this year is remind me, if you guys, we get to that time, is to show my father-in-law's house for Christmas. He goes crazy. And if you like that kind of thing, we'll show my wife's too. And maybe we'll give out one of these trophies to them. Who knows? Unless they sell before that. But either way, I just had to pick them up. Let me know if you would or not. And also, are you guys having issue with your researching on eBay? I've noticed sometimes, like, I'm researching, I type in the keyword and stuff's just not popping up, but it's showing it as a possible related match, even though it looks like the wording's the same. It just seems like when I'm pulling up comps, it's not pulling up everything. I think I saw a post in one of the Facebook groups. Someone was having a similar issue. So I'm just curious if you guys are. It feels like the eBay search is just not as accurate as it's been in the past. So maybe I'm just seeing things that happen sometimes too, and I'm just kind of making believe that's what it is. But let me know in the comments, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.